He's still struggling. Speaking of that guy,
That's crazy.
how do you feel about that album?
What's the name of sexy
songs for you?
Some sexy songs for you.
Some sexy songs for you.
I ain't the biggest Party fan. I haven't listened to his albums. I'm not really a big fan of his singles. And I ain't a big fan of Drake singing, so I ain't listen to it. Somebody gotta tell me that it's fire for me even to pay attention to it.
I'll say this. If you're not a fan of those things when they was at a prime, you're definitely not gonna be a fan of them now.
Oh, it's not at the prime?
It's not polished. That's the problem for me for the album, because it sounds lazy. It sounds lazy and you know, halfway done. Like the auto-tune, it's kind of staticky. Drake, I done heard better singing from Drake and Party.
Okay.
I done heard better collabs from them. They do have some good slaps that, you know, I can understand they're gonna play in the club, like Nokia. I do like some of the rapping. Give Me a Hug.
Rapping?
Yeah.
That was R&B.
Nah, they rap. Well, Drake is rapping on a lot.
I heard it was like a Drake album with featuring Party.
It does feel like that. Yeah. It does feel like that. I haven't made it through the last. I think I got to. I think the song is "Die for Something" or "Die for You" or something like that. Yeah. It's after Nokia. I think I got to there. I think I got a few more, like 4 or 5 more, and I'm just like, it doesn't sound. It doesn't sound good, and it doesn't sound like
inspired.
I ain't gonna say it's empty, but it's just lazy. I just feel like it's lazy. That's what I feel like. I just feel like they either had some old songs, or they rushed some songs they was trying to do, or some ideas they was trying to have, and they thought that like a lot of like the beat and their ability to come together was gonna be enough
to
carry it. But for me personally, no. Especially after listening to Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Listening to Hurry Up Tomorrow, and then
that's a
high saying? That's a high bar.
That's a high bar.
Sonically,
that's a well crafted out.
Just the ideal of it, the theme, how it came together. Like going from that to this, it's like nah, this wasn't good.
What about sonically? Does it sound cohesive like this?
No,
all the songs sound.
Nah, it sounds like. It's cohesive in a way that it sounds like some of the songs, not all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of songs sound the same.
Okay. Well,
you know what I'm saying? So it's cohesive in a way that it's like, okay, this sounds like what you just did on last track.
Well, here's like one I don't like that, even though I don't like mess with their style of music, whatever, that much. I don't like the idea of you announcing a joint album and then like consistent critique I've seen is this sound like a Drake album featuring PARTYNEXTDOOR.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that make it seem like you just using this as a buffer to like get away from this previous year. So I don't like that part of it.
The optics of it.
Yeah, I don't like the optics of that. The second part is I haven't listened to the album, but I want you to tell me if some of the critiques I have carry over into this album.
Okay.
Because my issue with Drake for like the last half of his career is repetitive flows.
Yeah.
Because whenever he finds a flow in a song, he does not sway from it. He is just.
I'll say this: he has a lot of repetitive things and even words. Like he says, like, you know, I personally don't like that. And again, not for me. I know somebody like it. I'm not trying to down the album, but it's a thing where he like. My wife said it was more so like it sounded like he didn't have nothing for this part to get to the next one, so he just kept repeating himself because he didn't have any words or anything to say.
He ran out of words.
Yeah,
or he saved them for later.
Yeah, or something, or something, or just like, you know, I can get away with repeating myself, but it was like you kept doing it.
Yeah,
and it's just like, you know how usually, you know, you do 1, 2, 3, maybe even 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
but when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the same word or something, it's like weird.
Oh,
it doesn't just, and if you put an emphasis on the words, and then like you say with the flow, yes, it's both.
For me, like whenever Drake is, he'll stay with it because melodically it sound good.
Yeah, but
if you rapping, which apparently he does a good bit in this. Like when you rap, like my favorite style of rap is like Big Boy from Outkast. Like his words dictate his flow, not the other way around. Like he don't trap himself in a matrix like to do a song. It's like I got these dope bars and I want to say them. And like Big Boy has got to be like one of the best in terms of flow,
Mm-hmm.
He's a top tier lyricist. So that's so that's my flavor. So when
that's your best hip hop flow?
Yeah, I think. Well, I gotta check that. But Big Boy, from all the music I heard, the way he is, his baby baby fat stacks, Mr. B. I can't even do the shit he be doing. That shit, he just be flowing on it.
Right.
The same motherfucker that put them knuckles to your eye. Like he be like he be on it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got J. Cole, but
okay.
Best flow.
We might even do that, like examples of the best flow in hip hop, and then just play the sample.
Just play the sample. What made me feel like that?
Yeah,
that'd be fire.
But it's for me, he got repetitive flows because I think he's become like real melodic, and he knows he wants to get that earworm, so he sticks with it, which is the same formula a lot of new rappers use, especially like artists like you got the Baby who is like known for the flow,
known for that.
like or the Migos. Anybody they find a flow and that's the flow for the song because we trying to make a banger. We ain't like trying to like really rap like that.
I'll say this though. Drake, even though like I say, is lazy, it does show it's well. Drake was well rounded in this album with giving you everything, like what his ability to be, anything, a chameleon. Damn, he gave you that on this album, but it just seems lazy. And he has, like I say, like you say, like it's repetitive things. It's like, okay, you got 22 songs. I expect to hear something like something else, but not as much. Yeah. Well, I can't, like, what song is this? It sounds like stuff like that. Yeah.
Another critique I have is for me, he started making playlist music. So you just take what you want from it. So even if you do got repetitive songs, well, you like this one more, you like that one, or you like that one more, you like this one, just take that and listen to it. Because it's not like if you listen, hate to bring him up, but if you like listen to a Kendrick album, like all the songs are diverse, but sonically they all link together.
Big Crit is good at that.
Yeah, Big Crit, like all his songs got that southern sound to them. Like you don't,
and it goes with whatever theme.
It's all cohesive. You can
tell the difference in them songs,
right? Yeah. But with Drake, it seems like, of course, he's good at genre business, so he may hop over here, then he'll hop all the way over here. And for some people, that's cool. But for me, if I'm in a mood to listen to an album, I want to maintain that mood throughout the album. Like if I want to listen to some good rapping, I don't want to get 4 songs in and then be hit with R&B and then be hit with Afro beats. It's like I just want to put on that album and be in that mode for the length of that album.
See, I'm not mad at Drake for being like that because somebody got to be that. Yeah. And then for an album that's named,
I don't feel like somebody does.
I feel like somebody does.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody has to be the person that gives me the bangers. Yeah. And to be able to be relatable to everybody. I feel like that's somebody, but I feel like you can still do more with doing that. But also with this album, I think this album is supposed to be like a playlist because it's some sexy songs for you. Yeah. The ideal of it. Yeah.
Just take some and.
Yeah, that's why he rapping on some. Yeah. I got this rapping over there.
Is that sexy?
Some. You know what I'm saying?
Is it sexy rapping? You know what I'm saying? Because it sounded like he was throwing shots on some of it. That ain't exactly saying sexy.
He trying to. He definitely threw some. Yeah. That one at Joe Budden was clear.
That's crazy.
That one at him was clear, bro.
I was like, wow. Joe of all people.
So.
But I think that's interesting, because I think.
But even then, he said, I'm done with the beef in one of them songs. I'm trying to get the party started. Yeah. And then he said something else about the beef. Something about, they told me to let the beef go. I can't. It was something like that. It was like a lot of contradictions in here. But it's music. It's music. So I understand.
I think it's interesting that point you made when you said somebody has to do that. The thing I think is interesting, because historically that hasn't been the case, is that we had people who were good at that, but we didn't look to them to be like, I need you to be in all these genres. If you know what I mean. It's like you may have had like a Rakim and a Eric B, but you had Heavy D, and Heavy D just made Heavy D music.
He had a Vanilla Ice.
Right, and Vanilla Ice just made Vanilla Ice music. He didn't like.
He was rapping and he had pop songs. I mean, he wasn't doing stuff like Drake, like real.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I'm just saying that
it ain't. He'll do like a rap song, and then he'll do like, well, his biggest song was what? Ice. Yeah, that one. He wouldn't do like that, and then like Afro beats.
What I'm saying, like, I'm saying
within the same style, people would like bend in and out of pop and straight up rap.
In that regard, I'm saying like you're gonna have stuff. You need people like that can touch multiple genres and it just evolve. I think Drake is just the best at it. Like we had the Ja Rules, we had the Lauryn Hills that can kind of do both and touch in certain areas, but he took it further than anybody else. Just like we had lyrical people who put codes and stuff in rapping, but nobody's just done it to the level of Kendrick. Mm-hmm. We had people with great flows. You got the Nas and people like that, but we have J. Cole.
But what do you mean he's done it to a greater level?
To a greater level of like
just success
and the how many genres he can touch. Mm-hmm. He can give you a good Afro beat. He can be an Afro song. He can give you a good London song. Yeah. He can get you a good R&B song or a pop song or a rap song. We haven't had an artist like that, but we have had artists that give you a good R&B song and a good rap song. Yeah. He's the one that has expanded on that about, well, I like this over here. I'm going to try to do that. Oh, this trap music? Let me listen to that. I'm going to get some of that trap too. Like, whereas when we've seen like other artists try to transition, that it doesn't always pan out. That's why I'm saying that he has evolved it and he's the best at it that I have ever seen. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I feel like we need somebody, or not need. I think need is a strong word.
But we have one.
But because we have one, I don't think it's bad. I think it's perfectly fine that somebody.
I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. I'm saying that for like a lot of these songs that he attempt, like they not like if he does dip in a genre, it's not necessarily like the best representation of that genre. It's a good. It may be like a good Drake song, but it's not. It's not like if you go to Africa, they're gonna be like Drake's Afro beat song. In terms of our favorites in our genre, is like scratching our.
I don't know that. I ain't from Africa, but I will say, with that being said, he's the one that's gonna give exposure to that. Mm-hmm. Because everybody knows
good and bad.
I don't think it's bad. What would be bad about that?
There's like, and what I've seen is people expect to hear that, and it's like that's not what that natively is.
If I do a song with somebody over there, then that's
a better introduction. Yeah. Like the song he got with Wizkid, "Come Closer."
Yeah,
that's a good song.
Controller, but Controller sounds just like that though. That's what I mean. Like he has the ability to make good songs from another culture. Yeah. But he do have I heard some of his Spanish songs. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it just depends on your taste.
He got matter of fact, he got a Spanish song.
I heard.
I heard he does. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But but to stay on the album is not peak neither one of these people. Yeah. And that's what I wasn't looking for that, but I was expecting like when you if you hear the singing, I'm just like, no, I have heard you and him better. Mm-hmm. You have used autotune like real
heavy on it. It's heavy on this.
It's heavy on a lot of areas. And maybe I don't understand autotune. I'll say that much. But I know sonically from my ears, I'm just like, this sounds static.
Yeah. Rough. Like I've heard people big it up. I've heard people like this ain't it. At this point, man, if you like it, I love it for you.
I like it for you.
I love it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like again, I haven't heard it. After that, all the Dogs album, I was like, somebody's gonna have to tell me that this album is worth listening to for me to check it out.
You did say.
Because I'm like, I'm not about to hear the same flow and hear his subpart singing.
Oh man,
because I'm not feeling that.
I did not like the singing.
But the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure even if you like that album, you can understand my criticism. Because some people, like, if you say the reasons I just said, they like, oh, you hate it. Like, nah.
They will say you need to listen to it, though.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing, but I already know I know how you going to react. You're probably right on a lot of it. But when you listen to it, you're going to be like, yeah. Because I was in the car, it's like, I'm trying.
22 songs? I don't think I got the stamina.
I was sitting there trying, bro.
And I keep seeing the same 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah. And it's like that. Yeah. And that's what Drake has become now, like you said, it's playlist music. Mm-hmm. You ain't really telling me no story. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me, you like you
going in depth like that. It's just
yeah, and that's what sometimes we look for. That's why they say Take Care is his best album.
Yeah,
because there's some aspects in there where we feel like, okay, this is during that time. It's aspects of that album where it's like, oh, you putting your soul into this. This is you.
Yeah.
This. I think that's the purest Drake that we ever got on that album, as far as him putting himself into an album.
Has he made an album that sound like Drake?
Take Care. I think Take Care. Even though he took a lot from the Weeknd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And if you really want to
be, remember what Drake sounds like?
Yeah, the Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
What?
There's elements of that, but he got to the point where, and when for me, I like Drake because you able to touch on everything.
Yeah.
Because you well rounded in all these sounds and you understand, you a genius. You a musical genius when it comes down to hearing something and being able to emulate it. Okay, I understand that sound and I understand how to make this a hit. I understand how to do this so people will like it or move in the club. But
that comes with
a price.
It comes with a price.
It comes with a price.
I think my issue is that with Drake, I think at a certain point he got hit with I'm that nigga syndrome.
Yeah, he got
Yeah, and he was like, one, that's good because it's like you work to get to that place, but then it's like now it's like you start getting away with stuff with that you really shouldn't be able to get away with, and sometimes you start like, well, I'm that nigga. The numbers say I'm still doing good. The numbers say I'm still doing good, but really you getting kind of lazy and you kind of resting on your laurels.
Man, is.
Because people gonna whatever you put out, people gonna listen to it. It ain't necessarily gotta be the best.
And that don't mean that it's good.
And it's just gotta be hot for the moment, really. Like people eating this album up now, but are they gonna be like us, put it on the vinyl and just sit through the whole thing?
I didn't even think to buy this vinyl.
Yeah.
If it is one, I didn't even think like I want this. I was like, I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm straight on this. I ain't even tripping off that. Cause that for me, man, is
because you gotta give me something. Either even if the beats ain't all that, the rapping got to be up there. If the singing got to be up there, something got to be a standout.
Because we waited so long, this should have happened when he. What was that album? If you're reading this now, it's too late.
Yeah.
This I was expecting like they have like some collabs on that album that I was just like, boy, if they do during that time, if they would have done something during that time, that would have been fire. But I did not. We don't. It's like it's not as bad. But you remember when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fought?
What happened?
When they was old, they fought like a couple years ago.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. It was like
it's like we know they.
Yeah.
We seen them in their prime, but
this ain't even.
And that's where I don't like because again, man, like I was saying earlier, bro, like growing up, well, in college and shit, we was watching Drake documentaries.
Man, what?
Better Than Good Enough. We was looking at him. He's like, man. He's about to be that dude.
He gonna be that guy.
And he's just awkward as he can be. And
I told him very own.
But we like that guy. And then at some point, man,
I told season.
I think he just got in his head. Well, I'm the top dog. Whatever I say is the wave. Then I'm gonna pick and choose whatever I want to do. It ain't got. And then streaming hit, and then it's like.
He understood the game. Took over the game.
You know what I'm saying? Unlike other artists who like, I don't care about the game. I want to make a project. He like, I understand the game. And then in order to be on top, I got to play the game. So he started, like when he started making his albums, it was like, just pick and choose what you want.
I think that's what happened too. At first it was him. And then he was like, okay, these hits makes this happen. And this money comes in like this. And I can still kind of be myself in these things. And I can take this and I think he just kept straying away each time from that. Where he kept like, I'm gonna put a little bit of myself in here to the point where I don't know, but I think he may have lost himself as an artist.
And then again, like I know he's great, but he got a team. And when you got a team, when you got the quote unquote OVO sweatshop, you feel like between somebody in here we can just crank out music. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna come with some hits. That's gonna come with some misses. When you got that type of type of function going on, I want him to put out a solid, good ass rap album.
Like,
but I'm concerned,
like when he did, if you're reading this now, it's too late.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm concerned. I'm never gonna get it.
Nah, he said he's gonna have that one-on-one conversation soon. He's gonna put out his own album, so he's gonna be talking on that album. All right, no. Like, I'm over him talking about it. Like, I'm over the beef.
He's gonna be saying something, but and like I said before, I don't think he has it in him to be like, I don't care about numbers. I'm about to put out.
I don't think he does. Yeah. That's a good point. I don't think he has the goal to say, you know what, I'm gonna step out on his ledge and jump on my own artistry. And I don't think he know what that is anymore.